What's up everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of 5 cool mods. This is a series where I show you guys just some cool mods that came out over the past few weeks. There's no specific criteria to get into this, it's just something that I thought was kind of cool that I thought you would have fun playing. So this is actually going to be the console edition of this video. What that means is basically every mod on this list will be available on consoles. Unfortunately, in the last episode, I made the whole video and then I realized, oh my god, not a single one of these mods is on consoles. And that was just a coincidence. I normally don't have a criteria for picking my mods, but this week I was like, hey, I'll make sure every single one is on console because I know a lot of you guys do play on Xbox One. So again, the console edition, but with that, let's just get right into it. So the first mod I do want to show you guys is the Crysis 2 Nanosuit. So as soon as you install this mod, the suit will get added to your inventory and actually equipped, which was a little bit weird. I loaded the game and I just had the suit on, but whatever, that aside, the suit does look really nice. I don't know if the model and textures were ripped from Crysis 2 itself. I'm not going to ask any questions about that, but basically they are really high quality and you could definitely tell someone put a lot of work into creating these. There are some basic modifications you can make to the armor, like deep pocketed or linings and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. It does have some really good resistances, although I kind of overcompensated. I thought it would be a lot better than it would be, so taking on some synths, they did destroy me a little bit, but that's okay. This mod provides a good kind of alternative to power armor, so if you don't want to get into the big bulky suit of power armor, you could put this armor on and actually experience it that way. It's actually worth a lot of caps, which is kind of interesting, so if you want to sell it, you could basically be extremely rich, although that's a little overpowered. I think that could use a small nerf, or maybe a big nerf, I don't know. But with all that being said, the armor does look really freaking nice and functions pretty well. Next up, we do have the APC Transport mod. Basically, what this is going to do is add in an APC outside the Red Rocket workshop. Upon inspection, you'll see there's some stuff inside, and you can't actually get into the driver's seat right away. You're going to find a note, read it, and you'll see that there was a person with his dog that previously inhabited it. You'll find out they went looking for some supplies, and then when you go outside, you'll find him back ready to return to his APC. You're going to have to kill him. He doesn't seem to have a dog for whatever reason. It was just a scavenger. Once you kill him, you'll find the key on his body and have access to the APC to drive you around. It does require one nuclear material, although that's configurable, but I do kind of think it's a decently balanced way. You can go to all the major settlements and cities, although you have to discover them first, so you can't just get the APC, drive to Diamond City. You're gonna have to have been to Diamond City once already. The APC will also stay wherever you leave it, so you'll see it on your minimap. If you take it from Red Rocket to the castle, it'll be at the castle then, not at Red Rocket. All around, I think it's a pretty cool system for fast traveling in survival. I don't know if it's my cup of tea or if I'm gonna use it, but definitely something to take into consideration. The M1014 standalone shotgun. This is basically the famous shotgun. It's in some of the Call of Duty games. I'm sure you've seen it or heard of it at some point. It does come in a really rusty and ugly texture, and then you could go to the workbench and customize it in all different ways. There's actually quite a few different ammo types, and that I think is my favorite points or part about this shotgun mod. A lot of shotgun mods out there will give you incendiary shells or cryo shells or whatever kind of shells, but they'll just use the basic shotgun shells as ammo. In this mod, you actually have to go craft those other shells. So if you want to use incendiary shells, you're going to have some Molotovs on you. If you want to use cryo rounds, you're going to have some cryo rounds on you to craft those specific shells. The mod also does support the see-through scipes framework, which is always a nice addition to have. All around, it's a good little shotgun mod. I do like some of the paint jobs, like the Vault Boy one. I think it adds a nice little touch and personalization. I'd love to see more added in the future, but definitely a good, relatively well-balanced shotgun mod to add to your arsenal. Wasteland Creatures Redone basically adds a bunch of retextures for a lot of the creatures. They keep their original style but get livened up a little bit with some more abstract colors, and a lot of them actually just appear a lot scarier after I installed this mod. The textures are 2K and affect bloatflies, Brahmin, deathclaws, feral ghouls, mirelurks, mole rats, mongrels, mosquitoes, mutant hounds, radroaches, rad scorpions, rad stags, stingwings, and yao gai. Although you can kind of choose which ones you want to have installed. So if I only want the Brahmin to be affected by this mod, you could choose that. I think this mod really shines with the glowing versions of the different creatures. They do look a lot scarier and a lot more daunting because obviously the glowing versions are a bit more powerful, typically having more HP and damage, and this definitely helps get that point across, as well as the regular versions do just look a little bit nicer and have a lot more detail in their modeling. All around, it's a good mod to just have installed, play around with it a little bit, but then forget about it, and when you encounter a scary legendary deathclaw, you'll be reminded that you have the mod. Last but not least, we have the 06 Synth Follower mod. So this will basically add in a Synth Follower from Diamond City. You'll go there, recruit her. She is custom voiced, which actually sounds kind of interesting, but also your protagonist is custom voiced. So
are you combat efficient?
I have cursor protocols installed.
When you're talking to her, you have custom voice lines, which is a little bit weird. I'm not sure why they chose to do that, but whatever, that's besides the point. She can do all kinds of crazy things like make pancakes. She also has a full set of custom armor and weapons, so you could give her different materials and you'll actually get the weapon and then you could give it to her or use it yourself. She has holographic armor and some different holographic weapons. I think this is a really nice touch. I'd love to see more companion mods add in custom weapons for their companion to use. And if all that wasn't enough, she could also cook for you if you give her the right supplies. All around, it's a pretty funny companion mod. The voice acting is not the greatest, but it's good in its own special way. Definitely one I would recommend checking out if you're into different synths, because I think the hologram features and all that of the mod do give it that nice kind of weird institute feel, and I dig it. I like it.